I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. I'm gonna find someone who pays me more attention. Wife go out, another dude, find out. What do you do?
Ready to work?
Let's work.
Let's get it. Let's introduce ourselves, man.
Alright, I'm Trey.
I'm Trey. Trey, aka what?
Hey, Trey Boogie.
Trey Boogie. Trey Boogie in the building. And I'm Brady Carter, aka Frugal McDougal.
Mr.
For those
Cheat.
who don't know,
Mr. Cheat.
Nah, I don't like cheap. Frugal is
Frugal.
Yeah.
Alright, you like to go clearance,
All right. This mic was. Come on. Frugal is the word. Speak clear.
Alright.
I'm branding myself. All right.
And this
Cheat.
is my perspective.
And this is my perspective.
Alright, so let's get into it.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes, man. What's
So,
up? What's going on?
Today we're going to talk about one of the most ran away from topics of men, marriage.
What's that?
I think people have different perspectives of when they get married, how things are going to go without actually planning anymore. I think more people are jumping into situations without an actual plan. How you feel about that?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't think you can plan marriage.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you can try to plan it, but it's kind of like having a baby, man. You gonna mess up. It's human nature to when you with another human being, you're gonna mess up, man. It's just evident. It is what it is. So like planning for it is a waste of time. You might as well just be natural.
I mean, I agree, but I think getting married is more each other jumping on the same beat. You know, like trying to get the rhythm together. I think that's the most important part about marriage. Once you get that rhythm, it doesn't have to be a routine. When I say rhythm, I mean like y'all are kind of on the same wave. Like,
Yeah.
let's say y'all like, we're going to buy our first house.
Yeah.
And y'all are both like, okay, this is what we need to do. Not more or less, this is what you need to do. This is what I'm going to do. And somehow this house is going to pop up. So let's say you want to save for a house. And you like, yo, look. But your wife is like, yo, we need to go to Vegas. And you like, but how are we going to get this house? You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Yeah. It takes two. And you gotta be constantly be compromising. You know what I mean? You gotta be humble. You can't get mad. I don't know. Marriage is definitely a journey, man. I'm trying to figure it out.
Do you think you got some of the answers?
I got none of the answers, man. I have zero of the answers, man.
I think you got some things figured out. I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit.
I like riding on E. I do. I like riding on E with everything. If you know anything about me, I like having the worst clothes. I like having boogers in my nose. I like being. That's what I like, man. That's what I come from. I like.
You come from boogers in your nose?
Yeah, I got booger in my nose now. What I'm saying. That's like I like to take that approach in marriage too, because I like to just feel like I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Hey, I don't either. I'm trying to get it.
Okay, so what did we just say? Dang.
This is you all the way. This is definitely Frugal McDougal.
No, listen, man. It was a reason why I said I like to come from the bottom. What was the question that you posed before I said that?
I said, I don't fucking remember, man. Come on, man.
Hey, what's in your cup, man? Sheesh. But anyway.
What's in your cup? You don't remember that?
Water. Okay? But, yeah. No, I don't have anything figured out. And you said I don't give myself enough credit, and I said I like to ride on E.
Do you feel like you and your wife worked as a team?
I think we work awesome as a team.
Then you got some things figured out.
But I don't like to be like...
See, that's the modest approach. I'm saying, I'm asking you with that. That's like, nigga, how tall are you?
5'11".
All right, that's it. It ain't no.
It is what it is.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when I ask, like, when I say people, all right, so like, I'm married, you're married, I know a couple other married people, and everybody's marriage has its own obstacles.
Yeah.
And the number one problem I see is no teamwork. It's one wants to do. Some people play tit for tat with each other. Some people feel like, oh my, it's like you the typical, right? Husband's working every day, trying to figure it out. Wife may be working a little bit, she's trying to figure it out, but the husband's always at work.
Yeah.
The things that they use, one of my friends put it to me best, right?
Yeah.
You get married, you have a kid, life changes dramatically. You working every day, you working more because you want the best for your family.
Yeah.
So now you working every day. Your wife starts complaining. Oh, you don't take me out no more. Oh, we don't do this like we used to. And he's like, look, babe, I would love to take you out, but I'm always working because, now we got new responsibility.
Yeah.
So the wife is like, you know what? I'm going to find somebody who pays me more attention. So now she go finds this single dude somewhere, whatever, right?
Yeah.
He's showing her a good time. Not fully understanding, if you leave your husband for this man, he now acquires your debt. So whatever issues you had, once y'all become together, now that man's going to have to work to put money on the table for that kid. That man's going to have to work to make sure the household is straight. And the woman, I feel like even men do the same thing. A lot of people just go unappreciative. And I feel like that's one of the number one things when I say teamwork.
Yeah.
If you know your man's at work every day, you should understand what's going on. You should also come out. Now, if you're trying to plan stuff, like, look, I know you're off on Tuesday. I know you're tired. I'm going to do something for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Either vice versa, man or female.
Yeah. Money is a big problem with a lot of relationships too. A lot of married couples don't know how they come into marriage not really knowing how to manage their money, and like I know some people, they don't share money. My money is my money and your money is your money. I pay these bills and you pay those bills, and that's it. I do what I want. I do what I want with my money. You do what you want with your money. And I don't take that approach. To me, and how we do, everything is in a pot, and we just make it happen in that pot, and it's all in. It's like we just in it. I feel like it brings us together. It's not what makes us, but is our relationship. It thrives in that area. Now you can be good in one area and be sorry in another area. Like, just because you're nice in finances doesn't mean you have, other categories. You might be good at finances and sucking at communicating in other ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's possible. I don't necessarily have that problem, but, Go ahead.
That's what I mean by the teamwork.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, example, if your wife is great at finances, right? But she sucks at talking. She's just not good at it.
She's not a good talker, yeah.
So that's your job. The same way she's teaching you finances, it's the same way you can teach her, like, you don't have to change who she is. You don't have to make her, like, come with this whole new person. Yeah. But you can help her understand what will make the marriage better. It's all about compromise.
Yeah.
And with compromise is the main word, it's going to be teamwork. Because in order to compromise, you got to work together.
It sounds so easy when you say it.
But,
you're such a smooth guy. You compromise.
But, I think...
This is hard, man.
I think in life, we make things harder.
Yeah.
I think ego, I think the way you were brought up, I think a lot of people come to life with, this is the way I did it my whole life, so why should I do something different?
Absolutely.
But not knowing the way you did it your whole life didn't bring you any
I think everybody does that, though. I know I did. I did.
But you learn.
I'm learning.
Teamwork.
I'm at the bottom, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but everybody, I feel like a lot of people. So my question to you is, what would you do? What would you have advice for a couple who doesn't have the same return? So, quick backdrop story. Carter worked. His wife went to school. She graduated, did her thing, became a nurse. So now you have teamwork. So y'all stayed down to come up.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to a person who is with somebody and the other person's not progressing?
My advice to somebody and the other person is not progressing, y'all got to come up with a plan. You got to come up with a plan. It got to be, if I'm up right now and I'm your husband and you down, First of all, you're not down if I'm up. But if you trying to figure out what you trying to do with yourself,
Yeah.
my job is to help you with that. So make up a plan. Figure out how we can leverage what I'm doing to help you. I know what we did. We used the extra money I was getting to pay for her school. The extra money I was getting was paying everything. When we got married, we decided, hey, my wife was working at Monkey Joe's, and we decided that it don't really make sense for her to do that because we need you to graduate college, and we don't need you to be distracted by a job that's it's not really paying you that much. I can make up for that income by working extra. Luckily I had other ways of making money, and I applied those things so that I could provide for my wife. And we just put our heads together. We came up with a plan, and it worked.
So what do you do with the people who
don't have all my,
not even the assets? I want to say, what do you do for the person who doesn't believe in themselves?
That's hard, because I
think that's the number one. I think that's a teamwork. Teamwork comes. If me and you on the team, right?
Yeah.
You got to believe in me, and I got to believe in you. I got to know that we're going to work together to win.
Yeah.
And I think the number one issue is, what do you do if your team partner doesn't believe that they could win?
You're on the wrong team, man. I'm sorry. Like, you can't make people believe in themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Have you ever been in like a depressed state? Are you ever been in a place where you just, because we've all been there before. I know I've been there, like, and I just felt depressed and just felt down. Like, I will never win at this. If you ever meet a person like that, they have to get themselves out, or they need, like, you may not be the person to get them out of that situation. So, I mean, you got to get another person. If that person ain't on what you trying to do, abandon ship unless you feel like you're the one called to help that person. If you don't, they'll figure it out. You got to move, though, because you don't want to stop your train. I don't stop my train for nobody, B.
Okay.
Nobody, for real. Because I got a mouth to feed. You crazy? Like, nothing's stopping me. I don't care. Nothing.
Okay.
For sure. I'm going to be a millionaire.
That's what's up. Everybody in this room is going to be a millionaire.
I'm going to be a millionaire.
I'm going to be there first, bro.
That's cool. Listen, I would be a millionaire.
Say it one more time so everybody knows.
I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to put it out there. Like, it's cool. It's out there. It's in the streets. I'm going to be a millionaire.
So, I want to basically tell couples, a lot of people don't understand what passive income is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't really know ways to hustle up extra income. What would your advice be to somebody who, like, to help a young couple struggling, right?
Yeah.
What advice would you give them to make it?
First off, if you're struggling, you want to create. The first thing you should do is not necessarily create another way to make income, because it takes money to make money. And if you're struggling, I'm thinking like you probably don't have the money, right? So if you're struggling, you want to follow the basic rules of saving.
Dave Ramsey.
The Dave Ramsey way. That's what I did. First thing I did was save 3 to 6 months of my expenses, and I put it away in a regular account. It's not investment. It's just a regular account. It's just a regular checking account is what I did, and I put 3 to 6 months of my household expenses, meaning groceries, bills, all of that. I saved up. The way you do that is you add up what your bills are, and then you times it by 3.
People need to learn how to be frugal.
Yeah. Listen.
I think that's I think everything you're saying, like you said, it sounds easy, right? It's so smooth.
It's so smooth.
But I think a lot of people are so caught up. I think today's world makes it so much harder for the average couple, because I feel like a lot more people are sitting at home watching other people live their lives.
Yeah.
They don't understand what that person went through. They just see the end result.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people just watching, like, I got homies who I know got money. They just rolling their money. but I know what they went through to get it. But the average person who that they see their Instagram later be like, man, why I can't be like that person? That person got money.
Yeah.
Why I'm not getting money? And they just getting depressed, watching them live their life on a boat, whatever they doing. And they like, man, I'm stuck at home. Life ain't moving for me. Instead of sitting there looking in the mirror and say, yo, what can I do to change myself?
People don't want to work, man. People want stuff easy. They just want to wake up and just have the money, and they want to be. Everybody want to be Diddy, but don't nobody want to really work like Puff did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody just want to shine. Don't nobody want to grind. And then when you know, what frustrates me sometimes, and I'm learning to deal with it is, you can. What I always say is, you can drop the jewels. People don't pick them up, you ain't gonna shine. Meaning, like, if I'm telling you what you need to do and you don't apply it, then that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like I'm like this, man. If I want to get money, I need to get next to somebody who getting money, or I need to be watching something on TV that's somebody that's getting money. Or I need to be researching how to get money, reading, applying yourself on how to get it. Like, not even just with money, with anything. If
do you think you could turn your spouse into a hustler if they're not?
Nah.
You think that's something you gotta be born with?
Yeah.
Think so? Do you think hustle can't be taught? You think it has to be, and you have to kind of be born with?
I think ambition, you born with ambition. I think you have to be born. I feel like what I have, I think I was born with it. I think what you got, you was born with it. I don't think everybody really wants it like that. Some people are just cool with, and it's nothing wrong. Some people are cool with going home, having a regular job, going home, making $70,000 a year, going to play soccer with their son, and coming home and watching freaking House of Cards. Hey, man, and they cool with that. And I'm cool. Yo, hey, if that's what makes you happy, do you.
I think if a couple could make it this, I think today's society, people don't even want to make it past $40,000 a year.
I can't do them. I can't do them 30 pieces and 40 pieces no more, man.
I feel like that's what people are comfortable. Look. Prime example. You catch people at these jobs, right?
Yeah.
They not like, people don't realize everybody at the same job as you is not living the same life. Yeah. You got people working a job with 3 or 4 other incomes. They just working. They're not telling you what they're doing. Mm-hmm. And you sitting here. It's like what your mom told you when you were young. Don't worry about everybody else. Worry about yourself.
Worry about your own pockets.
And people never grew up and understood that. Like, people be working next to people and they like, yo, I'm good. I'm next to this person.
Yeah.
We good.
But now
that person all of a sudden one day be like, yo, I quit. You like, yo, what? I thought you needed this job. And he's sitting somewhere like, nah, man, I'm about to go travel the world for 5 years. I got $400,000 saved up. And you sitting there with $200 in your account like I thought we was together. Yeah. I think people get comfortable off that. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the same applies to what we started with a marriage. People in relationships sometimes they get stagnant, or one outgrows the other, but the person who outgrew the other one is stuck because maybe now they're having to apply more of the time to get their partner up. Now I think that's fine. I don't think nothing's wrong with pausing for a little bit. Like, don't miss your window to grow. Yeah. But at the same time, like, as long as you can keep putting as long as it never stops your growth, I think you should try to build your partner up as much as you can. Yeah. And if all else fails, I mean, it has to be to some type of agreement. People are going to be mad at your choices.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, people are always going to never understand.
People didn't like the fact that I was, that my wife didn't work when we first got married.
Why? Explain that.
Listen, man, people love to hate, man. People when they don't understand, because people don't understand teamwork. Because the people that was hating and I always had something to say, they was the one. You don't never see them working as a team. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I still, it's all love, but people just, you can't be mad. They just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You gotta be mature. Be like, yo, you just don't understand.
I think.
You know what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people just hate because they want that.
Yeah.
A lot of people are unhappy and they stuck, and they be looking at other relationships like, dang, I go over there. He say, babe, can you make me something to drink? His wife pour. He's like, fuck that, man. My wife don't pour me nothing. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people want what they don't have.
Yeah, that's everything, man.
But it's one thing to want something and fight for it and get it, than to hate. You know what I'm saying?
And to envy, right?
Yeah, a lot of people look at
and it could have came from that. It could come from that, but hey.
Man, some people at the crib not getting their juice poured for them, man.
Hey, man.
Some people can't tell their wife run down.
I don't always get my juice poured. It ain't always.
But it's not supposed to always be on site. It's just supposed to be when it matters. It's supposed to be like, I do for you, you do for me, we do together. It's no counting how much we did for each other.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Today I ain't feel like pouring your juice, but every other day I poured your juice. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? That's okay, because that's teamwork. It's understanding.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta pick up where you gotta do for yourself. You gotta be humble.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So what would you say is a good way to start a foundation with your wife? What did you and your wife vision together? How did it start?
When we met, we were both in college. I had just got out of the Army. I was in college. And you said how do you build a good foundation?
Yeah. You was about to tell the whole backdrop story, but it's okay.
Yeah, I was, but I want to make sure I get the question right. But how do you build a good? Man, look, you pray together.
Mm-hmm.
You got to spend a lot of time together, and you got to ask a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. You got to really try to get to learn that person. Mm-hmm. Find out what they mad at, what makes them mad, how they act when they get mad. You just gotta ask a lot of questions and just try to make sure that they being truthful. Know if they're lying or not. Ask a lot of questions, man. That's what I would do.
What do you do? Okay, not necessarily. What do you do? What advice would you give to somebody whose wife lied to them about something serious? What do you do alright, so when you get married, you take a vow, right?
Yeah.
I know we're in a new generation. You ain't pour my juice, I'm out. Alright? This is divorce. I'm done.
Sure.
But let's say you trying to take it old school. What do you do if your wife did something and lied about it? Like, she went on a date with somebody else, or...
Oh, hell.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say it really wasn't your... Like, we go back to the earlier term.
Yeah. You
working all the time. You making things happen. She feeling lonely. You trying to work things out. It's not going the way you do it. Your job makes you require a lot of time at work. Because you want to come up. You got to get this money because you got to pay these bills. Bills don't go nowhere. Wife go out. Another dude. Find out. What do you do? Would you advise that person you seen the first sign?
Should go out with another dude?
Another dude. So would you advise that person?
That's a whole nother subject.
Is that like...
But how can I give advice? I ain't never been... I don't know. Okay, so... I mean, it depends on the man. It depends on how strong the man is.
You think you could bounce back from that?
Me?
Yeah.